pretenders split apart to reveal a powerful robot inside, then reassembled to fight alongside their transformable robot. But Decepticons have pretenders too. Pretender Transformers, they've got the power to surprise.
This is the Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Skullgrin. Oh my goodness, the figure looks absolutely amazing. I love the design of this figure. I love the aesthetic. The sculpting is amazing. It has fantastic engineering. The colors turned out great. My only complaint, which seems to be a recurring theme with the Legacy figures, is the lack of a premium quality feel to the plastic. The plastic feels so cheap with this figure. I mean, there are some okay plastic bits, but there's a lot of cheap plastic, which I was particularly annoyed with. But nevertheless, it looks to be a great figure. Let's take a closer look at the details of this new Skullgrin figure. Let's begin with some comparisons. Here he is with the Studio Series 86 Sharkticon Gnaw. We've got the Transformers War for Separation Trilogy Siege Impactor, and we've got the Core Class Legacy Iguanus. The figure comes with a bunch of weapons. First off, he's got these, I think they're gun blades. I don't exactly know for sure. They look to be guns, but they've got blades right here. And get this, folks, they are made of this soft, pliable PVC plastic. This is something that the Hasbro designers forgot to mention during the PulseCon activities, that they were going to use these rubbery bits. I honestly don't understand the logic behind it, because there's nothing pointy with these swords or guns. They should have used the same plastic that they used for these tank turret guns, which is very, very hard plastic, which is the kind of quality you'd expect from a deluxe class figure. Now, the head sculpt looks fantastic, by the way. It has these soft PVC horns. That I can understand, so that you don't hurt anybody. These horns are just molded with these softer plastic. In fact, they're actually much harder and stiffer than these, so you could still probably do some damage if you poke somebody with this. Look at the details of the body. They've kind of combined the Pretender shell with how the robot inside actually looks. Now, if you remember back in the G1 toys, there was a Pretender that was called Skullgrin. He looked something like this. So this is the shell that you would open up, and it would reveal a robot that looks like this. And you can see where they got it from. The bodies of the robot with some armor that's taken from the Pretender shell. So I kind of like it that they combined it, but again, like I said in my other reviews for Pretenders, it would have been really nice if we did get an actual Pretender gimmick. And this is the tank mode, which I'll show off later. It kind of looks like that, but I think it's a better version of this. This one feels like it's a forced tank mode, but you get the inspiration as to where this toy came from. Now let's address the amazing plastic quality that this figure has. Most of the bits are, yeah, they sound hollow, and they feel soft, actually, compared to what they did years ago with the Siege Deluxe. It's so solid. But you look at these pieces, you get a lot of flimsy bits like this. That was pretty annoying. The hips, and the thighs, they kind of feel a little bit flimsy. They're hard enough, but you get a feel that they're much cheaper than the kind of plastic we got before. You'll see more of that in Transformation. Articulation for the figure, he's got an amazing range of articulation. The neck is on a ball joint. You can look up, look down, left and right. The horns do move because of Transformation. I'll show that off later. The arms, you can go move them outwards, forward and backward 360. You got a bicep swivel. You got a hinge elbow. Wrists can hinge because of Transformation. You got a waist swivel. Oh, incidentally, this back part is removable. He's got an articulated tail. The designers were very, very fond and proud of this achievement, but seriously, it doesn't really do much for me. The legs can go up and down, forward and backward. You can go move them side to side a little bit, but hindered by this armor sculpting on the side of the hips. The thighs have a thigh swivel, hinge knees, and there's a rocker tilt. And now for the dreaded transformation. Transformation's a little tricky, but it's actually pretty satisfying. To start off, you want to do the arms. You can fold the fists like this. Go ahead and fold or rotate the biceps 90 degrees inward. You want to open this panel right here. You want to open the back panel like that, and that will bring the head down like this. Now, before you fully swing the back panel, you want to fold the horns inward so they don't hit the sides of his torso. And then these horns, you want to rotate them back so that they're nice and flush at the back of his head. And then you can fully unfurl that back part. Go ahead and close the chest plate. Okay, and then the arms, they're going to just fold inward like this. There's a bit right here that you have to swing or slide backwards just to give clearance for the arms. The shoulders, they don't hit the head sculpt. And then you just tab those forearms together, and then you tab the biceps onto the back pegs. Okay, and that's the rear end of the tank done. Now here's a little tricky bit because of the soft plastic. You want to fold the hinge right there just above the waist swivel. Okay, and then you want to rotate the legs 90 degrees, that, and then you want to pull these tank treads out like this, and then rotate this bit right here, and just tab it onto the arms, and tab them like that. See how annoying that is? And sometimes if you're a little bit too, you transform it too fast, these bits tend to pop off. So again, it doesn't help that they're soft plastic and they can be annoying at times. So do be careful with that. Okay, so just tab them back in. Do the same here. Like I said, just amazing quality from Hasbro. Okay. Okay, just fold it back like this. Okay. All right, there you go. And then the legs, you're gonna swing them up like this. You see some tabs right there and right there. And they're going to tab onto the shins. Go ahead and do the same right here. Tab those legs together. And all that's left is to fold the feet forward. And there you go. There's the bare essentials of the tank. It doesn't have any wheels, so it can't roll. It can just slide on the floor. And then the pegs right here are actually much thicker than the handlebars, so they don't really slot in as nicely. And I'm surprised the white paint hasn't chipped off. So just plug that in, and then there's a peg right here. You can plug the front part of the gun. You can just take it some more. Okay, and then right here, it really doesn't help that it's soft. And then you plug the gun right there, and that is the completed look of Skullgrin's tank mode, which is, as I've shown earlier, it's very close, or at least very much inspired by the original G1 Pretender toy, as well as the comic books, the Marvel Comics Transformers. But I believe it's an improvement. I actually like this new tank mode more than the comic books or the original Pretender toy. I think it's a more functional tank. Albeit there's some missing wheels here and there. I think it could be like a hover tank that has treads, or on land it could go, but then on rough terrain it could go. So yeah, it's a cool looking tank. It's just a shame that it is quite annoying to bring it from robot mode to this mode. And for some size comparisons, in vehicle mode, here we have Iguanus and Impactor back again in their alt modes. So it's a fairly decent sized deluxe class alt mode. You can see the core class kind of fits in scale with this figure in a way, since he's just a motorcycle and he's a tank. it kind of works. So yeah, I really like the both modes. And so some final thoughts on this new Transformers Legacy Skullgrin. I want to say I love the figure. The aesthetics, design, big check mark. Engineering, bigger check mark. Plastic quality is a big fat X. Oh man, this is a mixed bag for me. I want to give it a 10 out of 10 so badly because I was so impressed with engineering and design and detail. But that plastic quality of the gummy bits with this figure, I mean, it's already up to $37 US out here in Manila. Deluxe class figures are just so expensive now, and it just hurts. It's almost a perfect figure. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It should be an 8 out of 10, but I just love the design so much. It's gonna get a 9 out of 10. I wish they could have spent more money on the plastic quality. I mean, if you're a casual Generations collector, you don't have to get this figure right away. You can wait for it to go down, price to go down, or go on clearance. I mean, if you love the Pretenders, you just want to collect everything, then yeah, I suppose you can get it, but don't pay more than $37 US for this figure. If you can get it for 25 bucks, that's like the best, okay? So yeah, great design, great engineering, very poor plastic quality. Do let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this new Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Skullgrin. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.